Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Lecture number 1, unit number 8, functions and graphs. In this video lecture we will discuss the introduction of a function. That what is a function? This chapter is an important chapter in the first year course. This chapter is important because this chapter provides base to the first 5 chapters that we will inshallah studied in the second year course. In second year course, in first chapter we discuss the limit of a function. In second chapter we discuss the derivative of a function. Then we discuss the higher order derivatives of the functions, and then we discussed the continuity of the function. Then we discussed in chapter number 5 the integration of a functions. So whole those 5 chapters of second year is totally dependent on the basic knowledge of function. So that's why this chapter is extremely important for the second year mathematics from chapter 1 to chapter number 5. So that's why we will discuss discuss these topics in detail inshallah. The topic of today's video lecture is introduction of a function. That what is a function and how we can define a function. By first we will take some example from practical life, and then from that practical life example we will define a function mathematically. You know, always in real life one quantity is dependent on another quantity. In real, one quantity depends on another quantity. For example, if you consider the oil in the engine of a car, let's say tank of oil, yeah, you can say the amount of petrol in gallons in the tank of a car, amount of petrol, let's say in gallons in the tank of a car. So this is one quantity. Let's say petrol is one quantity, and on this petrol, let's say car goes some distance in kilometer. So another quantity is the amount or the number of kilometers that the car travel using this amount of petrol. So another quantity is the number of kilometers that the car runs using the amount of petrol, let's say in gallons, present in the tank of the car. So you see that one quantity is dependent on another quantity. You see on the indicator, one of the indicator of the on the dashboard of a car shows that the amount of the petrol in gallons in the tank is decreasing, and the other indicator shows that the distance travel in kilometer is increasing. So you see that when the amount of petrol is decreasing, the number of the kilometers will be increasing. So you see that one quantity is dependent on another quantity. When this amount of petrol is decreasing, so the number of the kilometers that the car travels will be increasing. So you see that this quantity is the number of the kilometer is dependent on the petrol. So petrol, the amount of the petrol is the independent quantity, and the number of the kilometers that the car goes is the dependent quantity, because this quantity is dependent on the number of the gallons of petrol. So you see that in real life one quantity depends on another quantity. If I take another example, if you see to the temperature, so let's say temperature is varying with respect to time. So as the time increases, there is variation in temperature. So temperature is one quantity, time, the instant of the time is another quantity. So with the time the temperature is sometime increase, sometime decrease. So you see that those two quantities are dependent. Those two quantities in which one is dependent and the other is independent. Let's say if I take the instant of our time and temperature. So let's say the time is denoted by small t and temperature is denoted by capital T. So this capital T may be increase or decrease. This capital T varies, temperature varies as the time increases. So this time is your independent quantity. This is the independent quantity, and this T is dependent on the time. So this is the dependent quantity. So you see that in this case the two quantities, one quantity is dependent on another quantity. If you take the fertility of a soil and let's say the amount of water or the amount of the rainfall, so if there is more water supply to the field, so there must be the field must let's say be more fertile. So you see that there is also two quantities in which one is dependent on another quantity. Let's say if you consider a height, and let's say the height is related to the food or the number of the let's say you can say age. So you see that age and height, those two quantities in which one is dependent on another. So in real life, one in short we can say that one quantity is dependent on another quantity. Okay, so let's say in these examples we see that the number of the kilometer is dependent on the petrol. So this number of the kilometer is dependent quantity, and this petrol is independent quantity. The instant of the time t is independent quantity, and the temperature is dependent quantity, because this temperature depends on the time. As the time increases, the temperature varies. So there may be a possibility that one quantity is dependent on more than one quantity, or you can say one quantity is dependent on two or three. It is possible, but here we will discuss the function of a single variable. So that's why I am taking the dependence of one quantity on single quantity, on single another quantity. Okay, so when one quantity is dependent on another, in these two quantities one quantity is independent quantity, independent, and another quantity depends on that. So that quantity is called dependent. We always denote, this is just a convention, you may change it, but we always consider the independent quantities by symbol x, or this is the notation for the independent quantities. We always plot the independent quantities along x-axis. So that's why we gave a name to mathematical name to independent quantity x. And a dependent quantity is plotted on the y-axis always, so we can denote the dependent quantity with y, but you can represent independent by y and dependent by x, it's your choice. But most of the time and in most of the books, independent quantity is denoted by x and dependent quantity is denoted by y. Okay, so we can also represent independent quantity by x and dependent quantity by y. So let's say y is dependent on x, so we mathematically can write y of x. This is not the multiplication of y and x. This notation shows that the quantity y is dependent on the quantity x. So this y is the dependent quantity and this x is your independent quantity. Okay, this is just the notations that we discussed. For example, if I take another example to explain a function, up to now we just know that in function that we are discussing in this chapter, one quantity is dependent on a single quantity. You see that this y is dependent on x. There may be a possibility that one quantity is dependent on more than two quantities or on two quantities, but here we discussed a single variable function, so that's why for a single variable function one quantity depends on single quantity, single other quantity. So remember this point. Here our target is to discuss the single valued function, mean in which the independent quantity must be single. So here the target is the function of single variable. So that's why I am considering that y is only dependent on x. And you can also see the example that the petrol depends on the number of the kilometer depends on the petrol. It may be a possibility that the number of kilometers depends on the fraction. Let's say it also depends on the direction of the wind, but we didn't consider that because we are discussing a single variable function. Now we are going towards the proper definition, that how we can define a function. In this case, let's say if I take this example, so there may be a possibility that, let's say, on 10, or you can say on 10 gallons of petrol, or you can say 10 liter of petrol, the the number of distance, let's say, that is equal to 40 kilometer. So you see that on 10 liters of petrol the cost goes, let's say, 40 kilometer. But if you put, or if you fill the gallons, the tank of the car another time, let's say 10 liter petrol, so it may be a possibility that you can go less than 40 or greater than 40. So you see that on single independent value, the number of the dependent values are more than one. You see, once you put 10 liters of oil in a car, let's say this is the car engine, this is the tank in which you fill 10 liter, and you cover a distance of 40 kilometer. So you see that 10 is, on 10 you get 40 kilometer. But if you put the same amount of oil in the engine of car, so it may be a possibility that you can cover 39, it may be possibility that you can cover 41. So you see that on the single independent quantity you may get more than one dependent quantity. So this is possible in real, but in mathematics you can get only a single output on a single input. This is your input and this is your output, but in real cases you see that on the same input you get more outputs, but this is not but in case of the definition of function in mathematics, on a single input you will always get a single output. So function is a machine. In short, function is a machine in which for each independent quantity is your input, which is denoted by x. For each independent quantity we get a unique, a single, this is an important, a unique dependent quantity, mean your output. Dependent quantity is your output. So in mathematics a function is such type of machine. You see, this is a machine. Here is the input and here is the output. So I take this example. Let's say if this is a engine of a car, so in input let's say you put the petrol 10 liter, so on that petrol the output is the distance covered by that car. So it may be 40 kilometer, it may be more than 40 kilometer, it may be less than 40 kilometers. So you see that on single independent you get more than one outputs, mean dependent quantities. But for the case, this is the real, but for the case of the definition of the function in mathematics, on for each independent quantity, mean input, you must get a unique dependent quantity, mean you always get output unique. So how I take an example of that? For example, let's say we have a machine. For example, if I am taking an example, f of x, this is the notation for the function. F depends on x. You see that this f is the dependent quantity, so this is denoted by y, and x is the independent quantity on which this y is dependent. You can also write y of x. Let's say I am considering f of x is equal to x square. So you see here that if I put x is equal to 1, so you will get y equal to, this is x, this is y, and this is your function. So if you put x is equal to 1, so you will get 1. If you put x is equal to 2, so you will get 4. If you put x is equal to 3, so you will get 9. So you see that this is a such type of machine in which you put 1, you will get always 1. So this one is unique. Whenever you put 1, you will always get 1. It is not possible that if you plug 1 here and you get a value other than 1. So this is the meaning of uniqueness. This is the meaning of uniqueness. So remember this, that in case of the functions, on each independent quantity, mean input, you will always get a unique dependent quantity. This is such type of a machine. You see that if I plug 2 here, so you will get 4. So on this 2, which is your input independent quantity, you get always 4 from this function. This is a function. So you see that this is unique. It is not possible that if you plug 2 here and you will get a value other than 4. This is not possible. If you put 1000 times or more than 1000 times 2 here, you will always get 4. Mean you will get always a unique value. 4 is unique. You didn't get 7, 10, 20 other than 4. So this is the meaning of uniqueness. If you plug 3, you will always get 9. If you plug 3 10,000 times, you will always get 9. So this is the meaning of uniqueness. So in short, function is a technique or rule in which for each input is your independent quantity, we have a unique output. Unique means single output, mean you will get a unique value, a single value of the dependent variable. So the proper definition is function is a rule or technique in which for each input mean independent input mean independent variable, there must be a unique mean single output mean dependent variable. So it must be a quantity. Okay. So this is the proper definition that, and this is such type of a machine, such type of a technique in which you plug a dependent an independent quantity, mean your input, you will always get a unique output. So remember, function in mathematics is such type of machine in which you put an independent quantity, and that independent quantity you must always get a unique, a single dependent quantity. I explain it with this example, with the help of this example. Whenever you plug 3, you will always get 9. If you plug 3 30 times, so you will always get 9. So you see that on 3, which is your independent quantity, your input, you will always get 9. So 9 is unique. You see that 3 is associated with 9, 2 is associated with 4, 1 is associated with 1. It is also let's say if I take such an example in which let's say on 1 you will get 1 and on 3 you will get 1. So this is also a function, because per 3 this 1 is unique, per 1 this 1 is unique. When you plug 1 10,000 times, you will always get 1. So you see that per this input this 1 is unique, you get a unique output. And when you plug 3, this is your input, and you get 1 on that also. So this is also a unique quantity per 3. Whenever you plug or put 3 in the function as an input, as an independent quantity, you will always get 1. So that 1 is also unique per 3. So we can explain and we can take these examples one by one in coming videos, but in this video we just discuss the definition of the proper definition of the function, and that definition is actually come from these practical examples. But in these practical example, on single input you may get more than one output, but for the mathematical definition of the function, on single input you will always get a unique output. Thank you.